This laptop has traveled far and wide and is now near Lexington, Massachusetts. I believe, well, actually, this base here, this campground on this base, I think it might officially be in Lexington. I'm not sure. But anyway, so yeah, so we've made it up here to this campground here in Hanscom Field, here and near Lexington, Massachusetts. And as you know, my dad's retired military, and I've been traveling around with him in his RV, which is good because I got this job I do remotely on computer, so that's good. I can come along with him and do that. And got the laptop here. They got a nice sitting area here, and they got good Wi-Fi here. At least in here. Can't really get the Wi-Fi over in the camper, but you can get it here. But they've got a nice screened-in area here that actually was staying pretty cool even in the middle of the day, because it's in the part of the camp here that's shaded. And plus, I don't think it was really super hot here anyway. But so you got this nice screened-in area. Noticing that they do have some pretty tall trees around here. I don't know if that's indicative of Massachusetts in general, that they have some pretty tall pines and stuff, but you can see that. There's a nice sitting area over here, and just getting a chance to relax and do some work. One of the problems so far, we just keep moving. We've been moving places so often and doing all this driving, and that's extremely stressful. Even though I'm not doing the driving, I still got to navigate for my dad and then deal with when he gets mad when I maybe give him wrong direction or something, or I don't know. I mean, I'm not faulting him. It's really stressful for him, and just being in that situation. I mean, it kind of shows that why I'd never want to get one of these big Class A motorhomes. Maybe the biggest thing I'd ever get is like a Class A. I mean, it's just too stressful. I mean, you know, all this backing stuff up and afraid you're going to hit stuff and all this stuff. I mean, no, I want something that's just as easy as driving a car. And then during the day when you're not at your camp or whatever, you just drive around, and it's just like, you know, life in any other city, driving around a van or something. It's just easy as driving around a car. None of this stressful stuff, back in this and back in that and all this things. And you know, yeah, you won't be able to carry as much as you could with a big thing like that, but still, I mean, it's just, that's what I'm going to do once I get hopefully later this year, when I get that my minivan camper set up, I can do a little traveling on my own, and just, you know, just try to make it as relaxing as possible, and just not try to cram a million tourist things in all the time. And in fact, I'd rather maybe do, I guess you could call it a little more like a social camping, maybe kind of like there's a social history that focuses more on people, maybe where you just focus on just going to like more like normal stuff in town and not all the tourist stuff, and just kind of like get a different kind of experience is kind of how I envisioned it, but we'll see how that works out. But anyway, so this is I'm taking my time making this video, because usually I'm in places where I have limited Wi-Fi or using the hotspot, but here I can upload as big a video as I want. So don't know if doesn't seem like a lot of people are really watching these videos so far. I mean, I can understand, because maybe there's nothing too special about most of these videos, but maybe it'll be more interesting once I actually get my actual van thing going, and then, you know, so it'd be more interesting for people interested in the van life and that sort of thing. I guess I'm more of a van poser at the moment, so van wannabe. So anyway, what is it? Oh yeah, that song, "The World Needs Wannabes." Yeah, what is it? That one song by The Offspring, "Give It to Me, Baby," or whatever that song was. Oh, pretty fly for a white guy. Yeah. So all I know is I'm pretty fly for a van guy or something like that. And anyway, what do they got? Oh, they got a coffee maker over here and stuff, and then they got this radio and a microwave. So maybe I'll have to actually buy some real coffee, so tomorrow when I'm here doing some work, I can make some coffee, because all we have is instant coffee. And there's some books here. And yeah, we're gonna be here at this Hanscom Field for 6 days, so we can just, I told my dad, you know, I just want to kind of relax on the base and just spend a couple days just doing work on the computer, just getting all caught up on everything, because as hard as you try, when you're always moving, it's like you really can't just completely keep up on everything as good as you can back at home. So But yeah, we've seen a lot of good stuff so far. We were in that base in Providence, which I posted a couple of videos, and that was nice. I guess that was a pretty popular spot because we were only able to stay there 2 nights, really just 1 full day because the first day was just getting there. But that was nice. I mean, we got to go down to, where did we see? Oh, we went down to Providence. We saw the spot where Roger Williams, or not Roger, is that his name? Roger Williams, not Roger Waters. He's not the guy from Pink Floyd. Yeah, no, Roger Williams. Where, oh yeah, that's right. They said that, from what I understand, there was a spot where he landed, and apparently somebody screwed up and they actually blew it up. They called it the Plymouth Rock of Rhode Island, but Rhode Island, it's kind of interesting. I mean, obviously it's a really small state. I mean, pretty much it's just like this area just around the Narragansett Bay, pretty much, and then, you know, it's just all it is. It's just pretty much like an extended metro area, and then then also on that Narragansett Bay, I mean, I believe it's still considered the Narragansett Bay. Pretty much all that whole inlet is. We went to Fall River, Massachusetts, which I have posted a video of that, and that was nice. They have this Battleship Cove, so there was the USS Massachusetts. Oh, one thing I never noticed before is that all the battleships are named after states. I guess that's something I never really noticed with, of course, like the Arizona and the Missouri, and that my dad pointed that out to me. And yeah, there was a nice little bay where you just kind of stand there and it was relaxing, and there was free parking, which is always good because who wants to go someplace where it's, you know, where you got to pay $10 and you feel all this pressure to jam stuff in. I mean, I think that's my idea about traveling, is just have it low pressure, not this thing where you feel like if you don't jam every little thing and you're not getting your money's worth, or it kind of defeats the purpose of traveling. Like, I think we kind of went to the Smithsonian. We were in D.C., and then I think me and my dad were both, after about a few hours, they're like, okay, that's enough. I mean, we don't really feel like being around all those crowds so much. Neither one of us like the crowds that much. It's not really that. It's just like, hey, I'm not going to feel like, hey, I'm not being like a dutiful tourist if I don't try to like read every plaque and say like, hey, I saw such and such and all this. I mean, that's, this isn't like, we're not going on like some school field trip or something like that trying to prove to people how much stuff we've seen or something. So, but it was nice. And then I went to my friend's wedding. Actually, it was his reception, because they really just did like a justice of the peace wedding, and then they had the reception, and so that was nice. He got married to a lady from India, and then and a lot of the people there were Indian, and then so she dressed, of course, in like a traditional Indian dress, and then so did he. He's not Indian, but he's he dressed in the traditional Indian dress, and then a lot of the other people there, who both Indians and not. I mean, I guess I was actually the least well-dressed person there. I just because I didn't really pack a whole lot of stuff. I didn't feel like buying some stuff on the road, so I just had kind of just a long sleeve shirt and some dress pants, but that's about it. Nothing really too fancy, but that's okay. Okay, I'm just kind of rambling on here, so I guess better get going. So, hey, if you made it to the end of this video, congratulations and have a good day.